Is that this book? Maybe it is. I'm trying to think what this could be. I mean, all of these have been places on the map, so let's think about what this could be. I mean, it could be that we just need to get more things for it, I suppose. But I don't think that doesn't seem to be how they've done it. Maybe no, maybe it's kind of an edge. Oh, hello. That's not. Oh, hang on. I need to actually keep an eye on it, work out exactly where we're going. So it's N. It's southeast. It's one southeast of Bootle, isn't it? So here. No. I need to know what that one is. N6. That's disappointing. N7 would have been great. N6. There we go. The gentle sound of flowing water, the sunlight through scattered clouds, a reset. More plants. Blue lamb's wool. There we go. We finally got that one. Although I've kind of been like, oh, I don't actually want to touch them that much. And, well, I think these just generally shuffle around, don't they, between days? Because I'm fairly sure these guys were not there. Maybe they all wander. The fox button was no help, afraid the sisterhood still refused to speak openly with me. Not that I have the time to pursue it properly. I'm rushed off my feet this week. There's been a body found up at the Swinside Stone Circle, and apparently it's a grisly one. Don't suppose you've got something to help keep my lunch down. My stomach never coped too well with the grizzly ones. So that is, you want some fennet. Now we know what fennet is. Plant identification. So, because I wrote that in because we traded for it. So technically we hadn't actually officially checked it by handing it over like that. But there we go. We knew that what it was. Oh, another letter. Morning. Verona Green handed me this for you. She seemed in a good mood. Oh, hello. I meant to tell you this I meant to tell you this yesterday, but it slipped my mind. I discovered a plant on a recent trip to Griesdale Forest, just northeast of Rustland. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. I would have brought it back with me if the sisterhood had given me a moment alone, but they seem overly protective lately. So, northeast of Rustland. So is it just here? From the moment I step off the road, I can't shake the feeling I'm being watched. Suddenly I find my way blocked by 3 women wearing green cloaks and holding short elbows. Nobody may wander freely throughout the forest by order of the Arder, says the leader of the trio. I turn to walk back, but then again I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Meadow Glow. Which we haven't. Mellow Glow. Among the... Ooh, spikes. Thorns. I've got a plant with thorns, haven't you? Is most remarkable is that it can allow a person to pass unnoticed. Though not visible, it is possible to become hidden from sight and memory. Turquoise flowers and sharp thorns. So we'll try that one then. There we go. New book. Page. With the help of the Mellow Glow, I walk right past the sisters without them paying me any heed. Chuckling to myself, I collect the plant that Verona talked about and take my leaf. So that's invisibility. We are becoming more and more... We're in the Lake District, the actual Lake District. But at the same time, we're becoming more and more... we've got invisibility potions. We've got flashbangs. We've got shrieking things. We've got a lockpick potion. No, you got rid of that. Boo. Boo, auto-labeling. Boo. Anxiety and stomach. Lockpicking. I'll put the fantasy stuff up there. I say, like these plants are not fantastical. That's done. Ears. See what comes up. Face swift. I am afraid. The camphor you gave me is helping me sleep, and I'm very grateful, but the visions are as strong as ever. The woman in the jade mask appears in my dreams every night. She screams at me, but I do not know why, and behind her, that presence is always there. Dark and dreadful. I don't know what to do. The dreams feel like a warning that I don't understand, a mosaic of colour that refuses to come into focus. Some part of me wants to stare down that abyss, but I'm afraid. Right, so what do these things do? She's asking for. The Auguria, we've already seen, it will strengthen the clarity of vision, so she'll be able to see it more clearly. The Candlewood protects her against all manner of afflictions of the mind. Ooh. So, do we try and cure her? Is that what we've got? Long thin stems grow among tall leaves. So that could be that one. But this is the Auguria. And I'm tempted to go with that one because I know for sure that that is Auguria. I'm not sure if I've actually got the Candlewood. There we go. We've just driven someone mad. That's good to know. Worry less. Isn't aptly worried. Auguria. So that is visions. Visions. Okay. Margaret Elsbeth. We don't come to Undermere often, but I heard about your shop and I said to Francis, we simply must pay a visit. It's a wonderful breath of a life in an otherwise dreary town. I'm the green-fingered one. It's not really his cup of tea, but I persuaded him the trip would do him good, and besides, he'll be wanting to take a boat out on the lake in this weather. Shame about this awful weather, though. All right, you must come to Iceberg. We have a small library with some books on plants that my grandfather acquired many years ago. Okay. I'm sure there'll be some interest to a horticulturist such as yourself. You're cordially invited to Iceberg Castle, Lord and Lady Elspeth. Well, let's go. Or it could be Iceberg, I don't know. Because it's Sedberg, not Sedberg. I'm greeted enthusiastically by Lady Elspeth herself. She's very talkative and has many questions on horticulture that I do my best to answer. She takes me on a tour of the gardens. Oh, you must take a sample of this back with you, she proclaims, pointing out a plant that I do not recognise, but before I can stop to take a look, she's already whisked me on to the next. And this one too, she says. I'm quite exhausted by the time we make it to the library, and I don't have the time to make as thorough a study as I would like. Nevertheless, I'm able to find an interesting entry that I note down. Don't forget these, Lady Elspeth cries as I make to leave. She thrusts the plants from the garden into my hands, and I thank her warmly. Fever kiss. New plants acquired. So yeah. I mean, I'm not entirely sure. It seems to be kind of a setup of like, oh, you might not be able to do it all in a day, but there's no time restrictions apart from clicking through. I don't know. Francis Abberton. I'm looking for a plant with yellow flowers and coarse leaves. It helps with my heartburn. I think that's Gandhi root. I'll just check me book. But that sounds like helps with heartburn. Could be Gandhi root. Rough leaves. And we got yellow, so yeah, Gandhi root, I think. Okay, so it is good to be making note of what they help with, because you get just like, I want a plant that looks like this and does this. Okay, well let's check me thing. Yeah, I think this is going to get quite terrifying, Hellebore. Some of these things they're asking for. Selena Scott. They're saying Black Combe is haunted now. Bradley Miller told me he saw the ghost of a huge deer, antlers and all, but then Bradley Miller also says he can talk to squirrels. Yeah, alright. Either way, there's something evil in them hills, and I'm not taking any chances. Or for what happened to that poor young man up at Swinside. I've come for some stinking mount cap. Oh, flare. Oh. Sunset mount cap. It is a time fungus with domed caps, sometimes called stinking mount cap as a result of its unpleasant odour. Which I assume is the one with the flies. Soured milk, yeah. It's thought to deter unwanted souls and spirits from entering the homes, often placed in doorways. It's mildly toxic and should not be eaten. I think that's right, then. I thought the flies would be important. So, I'll say protection from ghosts. Which isn't quite right, but from good ghosts. And that should have a space. There we go. So there's no point in, because of the automatic thing, there's no point in clicking on and putting labels on, which will help me, but then I'll have to retype it if they're after certain things. So I don't think I'll bother. I think we'll just move on to the next day. She lives alone in the castle to the northwest of the abbey. She buried her husband 3 miles to the east where the Everheart grows. So we're looking for Everheart, I assume. At 15, her mother, strong, dependable, loving, was struck down by typhoid. The girl drew inward as her father turned to drink. So I need to find the abbey. So we need to look on the map and find the abbey. Right, so find the abbey. The abbey. Calder Abbey. In the castle to the northwest, she buried her husband 3 miles east. So just northeast of the abbey. Okay. Oh, 1, 2, 3. A dead tree, its bark cracked and blackened by fire, stands alone on the hillside. Off to one side, a patch of flowers grows on a low mound. That pink one, and we know that that's called Everheart, I think, and I am going to label that one Everheart ? I don't think we've got anything called that, have we? No, but then again, that might be a case of it's got multiple different names, which we've had already a few times. Faye Swift, what have you done to me? I see the woman in the jade mask everywhere. And that creature that stands over her shoulder, I must feel like I can sense its desires. It is afraid of the sisterhood, that much is clear. It will lay waste to them. So much death, but it can be avoided with a Doina's protection. I do not know if I'm awake or asleep even now. I feel the darkness tearing at my mind. Worry less is an aptly named plant. Right, so we're going to put you in a separate little section. Inhaling the smell of flowers is said to help ease anxiety. Is this that one? Small red berries. That's not helpful. Maybe that one. It has a sweet scent like strawberry dipped in honey. You're not giving me any information to work with here, game. Worry less. It's not ticked, so I've not worked it out. No spot odor. I've got... Right, so is it maybe this one? Cream coloured flowers, they smell wonderful. Maybe it's that one. There we go. It was the leaves. But it would have been good to have a bit more insight into that one. Oh, they're moving my stuff around. I have a system. Just because there's spaces doesn't mean you should just fill it. Actually, I'm just going to leave it worry less, because that's pretty much a decent thing for it. So yeah, you've just kind of assaulted someone's mind and weakened their mental health. That sounds fun. Protection from go ghosts. Right, the next person. Simone Green. I met a strange man on the road to Sedbergh not 2 days ago. Stranger still, he asked after you. He said he had something for you. Don't ask me what. So I told him where to find you, but he looked stricken when I mentioned Undermere. Said he doesn't come near towns at all if he can help it. He was headed west. At least, I think he was. He said he was looking for the Winster Spring. I'll write this down for you. Okay, because otherwise I'll get confused. Anyway, that's my news. Did you manage to find the plant I wanted? Yes, but I don't think I labelled it. Yeah, I probably should have actually... It's this one, I think. I should have labelled it. But I don't... Okay, so yeah, that gets thrown over here because I don't know what it does. Man wanted to meet you, headed west from Sedbergh. Which is over here. Wants probably to the Winster... The source of the River Winster. Oh, no, I wanted that open. Yeah, Esk. No. Winster, so he's probably there. Oh, ah! I've lost it. The hermit's camp is easy to find, nestled between two boulders above the spring. The cooled remains of a fire ringed by stones is the only immediate sign that anyone is here. I call out, but there's no reply. The hermit's not there. A more thorough search of the campsite yields something interesting. Tucked off to one side, I discover some broken pieces of wood arranged on the floor. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So here, between Whitbarrow and Scissor Castle. So it's immediately giving me the option to go. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yep. The camp at the Winster Spring has led me to another camp of sorts where I'm greeted by an eccentric man. Oh, yes, yes, ho, 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 the man says. You must take this, take it, take it. At his insistence, I receive the looking glass that he thrusts into my hands. He places an envelope directly on top. Oh, ho, it's no use to me anymore. Oh, ho, no use, don't forget the red, the red, the red, the red, ho, ho, a bony. I am sure that he's quite mad. Oh my goodness, I have a new... Oh dear, this is going to be... Is this a new thing that we can look in? Oh, I have no idea. I should be... Okay, right. It is said that the red abony plant... Oh, okay, so I have to put a particular plant in. Oops. Has the property of uncovering that which is hidden or secret. I perfected a device designed to use extract from the plant in concert with a viewing window in order to permit the viewer to see magics otherwise invisible to the naked eye. So we need to find red abony then. Which I don't know anything about. Is that another name for something? Let's have a quick look through. And I'm looking to see, like, is it a... Hang on. No. I saw red and was like, ooh, ooh, no, no.